so sad. Oh my gosh, I just read some fantastic books by John Green. I was laughing, crying, and pondering life's greatest mysteries. Hi, I'm here today to talk to you about some John Green books. John Green is a contemporary young adult fiction author. The first book I'm going to talk to you about today is An Abundance of Katherines. An Abundance of Katherines is a coming-of-age novel where a boy named Colin Singleton, who has recently graduated high school, is going through a bit of an issue. He is a childhood prodigy who wants to be remembered as a genius, and he has recently been dumped for the 19th time by a girl named Catherine. His best friend Hassan convinces him to go on a road trip where they end up in Gutshot, Tennessee, and they meet a girl named Lindsay Lee Wells, whose mother runs a tampon string factory. The mother hires them to do some interviews in the town, and that is where they stay for the summer. While Hassan cruises, Colin works on a relationship theorem to be remembered by. There are some relationship issues, a suspicious acting mother, and a wild boar hunt. All of these things make it a fantastic novel for anyone interested in some adventure, romance, and even some math. An Abundance of Katherines was originally published in 2006. It is 256 pages. The Lexile is about 890, and I would recommend this book for ages 14 and up. It is also the winner of the 2007 Michael Pritz Award. Just to give you a little bit of a preview, I'm going to read to you from An Abundance of Katherines. The morning after, noted child prodigy Colin Singleton graduated from high school and got dumped for the 19th time by a girl named Catherine. He took a bath. Colin always preferred baths. One of his general policies in life was never to do anything standing up that could just as easily be done lying down. Next, I'm going to read to you a quote from Hassan, which is Colin's best friend, and I think probably one of the funniest characters John Green has ever written about. Hassan stared out through the windshield and nodded his head slowly. After a few quiet moments, he said, Okay, fat kid asthma attack. It's an oldie but a goodie. What? Hassan rolled his eyes. What are you, deaf? Fat kid asthma attack. It's the oldest trick in the whole fat kid book. Just follow my lead. They got out of the car and Hassan started wheezing very loudly. His inhalation sounded like the cry of a dying duck. The next book I'm going to talk to you about is Turtles All the Way Down. Turtles All the Way Down is one of John Green's more recent books, originally published in 2017. It's about 304 pages. It has a Lexile of 840, and I'd recommend it for ages 13 and up. Turtles All the Way Down is an amazing book about a girl named Asa Holmes who finds herself in the midst of a missing persons case. The reason she's involved in this missing persons case is because her best friend Daisy Ramirez decided that the $100,000 reward made it worth it. And Asa has an in. The missing person is the father of a childhood friend of hers named Davis Pickett. Her and Davis end up starting a romance. There's some best friend issues. But the best part is that's not even the main focus of the book. The main focus of this book is the main character Asa has these things called thought spirals. The thought spirals are her own self-described symptoms of her OCD. Turtles All the Way Down is a booklist editor's choice. It is also the School Library Journal's best book of the year. Allow me to read you a really good quote from Turtles All the Way Down. We never really talked much or even looked at each other, but it didn't matter because we were looking at the same sky together, which is maybe even more intimate than eye contact anyway. I mean, anybody can look at you. It's quite rare to find someone who sees the same world you see. And the last book I want to talk to you about is one of my personal favorites. It's a real tearjerker. I've read it twice, and both times I found myself sobbing. It is, as you probably guessed, Fault in Our Stars. Fault in Our Stars was published in 2012. It's about 272 pages. It's a Lexile of 850, and I would recommend this one a little higher for age. I would say 15 and up. There are a few tougher themes throughout this book. This is the love story of Hazel Grace and Augustus Waters. They meet at a teen support group for cancer, and Hazel is immediately drawn to Augustus because of his confidence and his humor, despite having lost a leg to cancer. He's in remission, and he ends up taking Hazel on this fantastic journey. They end up chasing one of her favorite authors of all times, which I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'd give it away. It's a whirlwind romance and a tragedy all wrapped up in one book, and it does a fantastic job of answering some of life's really tough questions. The Fault in Our Stars is a New York Times bestseller. It was also Time Magazine's #1 fiction book for 2012. I'm going to read to you from the beginning of The Fault in Our Stars. Chapter 1. Late in the winter of my 17th year, my mother decided I was depressed, presumably because I rarely left the house, spent quite a lot of time in bed, read the same book over and over, ate infrequently, and devoted quite a bit of my abundant free time to thinking about death. Whenever you read a cancer booklet or a website or whatever, they always list depression among the side effects of cancer. But, in fact, depression is not a side effect of cancer. Depression is a side effect of dying. Cancer is also a side effect of dying. Almost everything is, really. But my mom believed I required treatment, so she took me to see my regular Dr. Jim, who agreed that I was veritably swimming in a paralyzing and totally clinical depression, and that therefore my meds should be adjusted, and also I should attend a weekly support group.